Greg, I just want to get like some of the injury stuff out of the way. So obviously, Sarah didn't play today. Do you have any update or timetable?
No, not really. Just our medical staff is, with all our players, just taking care of them as best they can, and we're just taking it a day at a time and waiting for an update. But I don't have anything to share that gives any sort of timeline or anything like that.
Is it related to the hit from Sunday?
I can't speak to that exactly. I don't know when that occurred. So I'm not sure.
Savannah, you are the star of the game, I think, in my mind. It's your first PWHL goal. Just could you explain, I guess, walking us through that goal, but also how it feels to finally get on the board and do that for yourself?
Yeah, well, I actually got on the sheet in the penalty box first, so I was more worried about that. But our line was just creating some turnovers throughout the game, so it was nice to get one before the blue, so it stayed in zone. And, we were getting pucks to the nets well, so I knew one of us was going to crack one today. And just, it's a result of just the process and doing what we need to do. So I just was the one who was there.
Greg,
Yeah.
Obviously with Sarah out, you had to shuffle some things around, and players like Savannah were able to step up.
Yeah.
Like, what was your strategy in terms of accounting for not having Sarah in the lineup?
Yeah, not really. Not anything too different, honestly. Yeah, there was some shuffling that happened. Move Kayle from the wing to center, was something that I think the change allowed us to do. And then really found a good balance throughout our lineup that we thought would be effective against Vancouver, and how they were putting their lines together. So, I think everybody did a great job tonight. I wouldn't say stepped up, but just to play within themselves and play a really good brand of team hockey, and that was the result that you get. I thought everyone did a nice job to fill in their roles and play to their potential.
When you think about Kayle, I guess just through, of course,
Yeah.
the rest of the season and even like long term, do you think she profiles primarily as a wing or someone that can kind of bounce
Yeah.
back and forth?
I think she can do both. Like, I think there's benefits to having her in both places, really. Having the hindsight of being, like, having coached her in the past and seeing her play wing and center in college, obviously it gives you like a sense of confidence of what she can do and jump around. Even at the end of the game there, she jumped back to the wing for a shift or two. So to be interchangeable like that for any player, it's nice to have as a coach. You can put people in different spots. I think Kayle can fill into either spot for us.
Kayle, this is the only team in the league that hasn't used a backup goalie yet. Is this type of workload something you expected coming into the season? I guess take me into your mindset of how you've dealt with being in every single game.
I think you just take it one game at a time. Nobody really expects how many games they're going to play. You just take it game by game, and if your number's called, like, you're ready to go. That's kind of how everyone in our locker room is.
What did you see from Anna Bargman tonight with her elevated minutes and getting the first point?
Yeah, I think Anna was another one who, during the shuffle, like, stepped up. What we saw from Anna is what she's provided this team since day one. I think she used her speed to her advantage. She was on pucks. She was great at getting pucks out of our zone and getting in shot lanes. I think she was someone who had a couple of really big blocks for us tonight as well. Excited, for Anna and some of our first year players to see their game continue to evolve as they get more comfortable. It's great to see, and then you can start to use them in different scenarios, and even with the changes tonight, I think Anna was someone who adapted really well to that.
It felt like the forecheck really peaked in the third period, especially after Savannah's goal. What do you see in those final 15 minutes?
Yeah, I loved it tonight. I thought our forecheck was an important part of the game, like getting to pucks first. I thought like our stick habits on the forecheck were really disruptive at times. Felt like their D were turning pucks over, but I really felt like it was a result of our team doing a great job of just being predictable, playing behind them, and getting first touches on pucks or contesting pucks in the offensive zone. It was great.
penalty kill 4 for 4, and
Yeah.
it's 4 shots allowed on
Yeah.
4 power plays. And what do you guys do right to that?
Yeah. PK was outstanding. Has been, in a lot of moments. I think, there's a lot of speed in our lineup, a lot of tenacity. The stick detail was great. I think we did a nice job of trying to deny Vancouver's ability to set up in zone and get any good looks. And I think, when you can throw, O'Neill and Wheeler and Levis and Hart, like some of these players who are just on pucks and their speed's trouble, it's a lot to handle. So they're doing a great job overall.
You were talking about, the forecheck a little bit ago, and in that third period specifically, there were obviously much fewer penalties. Did that give you the time and space to be able to do that more effectively?
Yeah, I think so. The game kind of lost a little bit of flow with the penalties being called, and but I think our team responded really well after a kill or after a PP to get back to our game. I thought overall it was just a really, I thought, a poised game by our team. Just to stick to the plan, keep things simple, be predictable, and do it, shift after shift. You get all the lines doing it, over and over again, and I think you're gonna like the result most nights.
Kayle, with the goalie pull at the other end, there was a hot second I thought you were going to take that shot. What was going through your head?
I think you just needed to get the puck out. If you're going to put one down the middle, I hope you're up by 4 goals. You just was a little too close.
Kayle, if you look at some of the shot charts and the heat maps in the defensive zone, I think this team has done a good job of clearing out the crease and limiting the damage there. And I think you even feel that when they pull the goalie, and there's a lot of work and a lot of effort happening in front of the crease. What are you seeing, in front of you in a lot of those situations where maybe it's high pressure and teams are trying to really get some extra offense?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm just seeing the puck, but yeah, our team does a great job boxing out. We had a lot of big blocks tonight, so that helped.
Savannah, could you speak a little bit about how your experience in Sweden last year and then coming back kind of helped you in your elevated minutes tonight?
Yeah, I think that every day, if you can just get 1% better, that becomes a huge margin over time. So that was my goal last year, was to continue to chip at that. So I feel like that margin grew for me and only brought me coming back to the PW with even more confidence. This has been the most confident I've been in my career, which is a credit to just working at it and chipping away at it. So staying prepared and being confident in myself is what the SDHL helped me do.